Okay, for this exercise we've got a combo box which lists the company and the ID of that particular company. So if I select Myers, it'll bring up all the Myers details via some VLOOKUPs, and then if I press the button which runs an advanced filter, it will list all the products that Meyer has. We then want to have the capacity of, say, ordering randomly 12 silk tops, and we want that information, that particular row, to appear on our sales order sheet down here. So starting with quantity, we'd go back here. We need to go to the developer toolbar and record a macro, but make sure it's a relative macro. Select macros. I'm going to call this, record macro, macro 2. First thing I need to do is F5 on the keyboard and go to the top of the list, which is going to be quantity. So F30, type in F30, always go to F30. Control down arrow key once. It finds the 12, we copy that. Go across to the sales order, F5 on the keyboard again, and this time we want to go to cell B22, which is our starting point, a reference point. Control down arrow finds the end of the list, and with the arrow key one more time, we go to the next row and paste value. Now the next thing we want is product ID, so we go back again, F5 again, and again we go to F30, control down to the 12, and because we want product ID we have to hop across using the arrow keys on the keyboard 1, 2, 3, 4 times, copy that value, go back to sales order, F5 again, B22 again, control down, this time it finds the 12, and now we simply have to go across once with the keyboard, right click, paste special, paste values. Next it wants a description, go back again, F5, we go to F30, control down to find the quantity ordered, across to the silk top with the left hand arrow of the keyboard, control C to copy that, wrong sheet, F5 again, B22, control down arrow across to, and description is paste value. Last thing, or second last thing we need is price per unit. Question 13 again, F5 again, F30. So you notice we're going through the same procedure each time, and this time across one to pick up the price, $38, copy that, F5 again, B22, control down arrow finds the line, and across to price per unit, and paste. Now while we're there, and we can also format that, so the macro picks, the macro picks us up, formatting it to dollars, and while we're there we can go across one and run a formula, which is that cell times quantity. And to pick up the 2, which is the name of the company, we can go back, and this time F5, and we want to go to cell C15, control C, back to here, F5, and because we're always pasting in the same one, this time it's C14 over here, and paste values. And to get attention, that's the first name and surname, that's the contact person of Myers, F5, and this time because we need their first and surname, we can actually select C20 colon to D20, so, and OK. Copy those two values, we can use Control C on the keyboard, back again F5, and this time C18, which is a starting point for our paste, and paste values, and stop the macro. And if we come back to question 13, create a new button, insert form control, make it long ways, assign macro 2 to it, and this time if I go along, and I want to buy 3 of these items, press the button, it appears in this row, so on the next line down. That's because it's a relative macro. We can then go back to confirm it. Let's go for ABC Fashions, run the advanced filter. We've got all of these products to choose from, and I want 57 black jackets. Enter, press the button, and it pastes it on my sales order.